Welcome to the Group 90's presentation. As you can notice, we are going to make a case study about a company called Holcim. First, let's introduce Holcim to you. This corporation is one of the world's leading building materials company and is implemented in 90 countries. On April 7, 2014, Lafarge and Holcim announced a merger project to create Lafarge Holcim. And 3 months later, the new group is officially launched internationally. So we ask ourselves how a merger could influence the company's sustainability strategy. This is how we formulate our research question. How does the Human Resources Department try to integrate the sustainability dimension, mainly from an environmental point of view in the company Holcim Lafarge? To answer to our research questions, we divided the presentation in 5 sections. The first one will be the different theoretical points related to our research. Second one, interviewer's presentation. Third one, relevant information from the 5 interviews and the scientific articles. Fourth one, sum up of our findings. And the last one will be our recommendation and conclusion. We all know that corporate social responsibility and human resources are 2 topics popular in the media. The question is, what happens when both of those concepts are mixed? This issue has been studied in our Advanced Human Resources course, and we ask ourselves questions about the implementation of an important concept, the sustainable human resources management. First, what does it mean in the context we are studying in? According to the lessons, the sustainable human resources management is the adoption of human resources management strategies and practices that enable the achievement of financial and time horizon while controlling for unintended side effects and negative feedback. This human resource management style has got its own characteristics. The main one is the long-term oriented. Sustainability and all its derivations are related to the long term. The second one is the impact and its control. New human resources management includes the decision impacts knowledge and wants to take care to the control. It overlooks humans and company talents. Another aspect which should be considered when we talked about sustainable human resources management is the character-oriented partnership. Sustainable human resource management preconizes good relationships building and human respect. Workers are no more considered as tools or factors of production, but as men and women with feelings, limits, value, and so on. Active communication and building feedbacks are required to succeed in the sustainable human resources management implementation. Paradox are a feature related to the sustainable human resource. Companies held by stakeholders have to grow and make benefits. For stakeholders, only figures are representative. Sustainable human resources management tries to find some solution to respect humans. The sustainable human resource management can be a potential threat to performance and competitive advantage. A choice must be made between performance and sustainable human resources management. Is it possible to marry both of those concepts? That's what we wanted to discover and what we tried to analyze within Holcim company. Let's introduce to you the results found by interviews. In order to go further in our research project, we conduct interviews of 5 people who belong to the company. The Director General of Holcim Belgium, an industrial manager, a manager of a quarry, the Director of Human Resources in Belgium, and a mere worker. Thanks to them, we learned a lot about the human resources and the merger. Here are the most relevant things we learned from them. When 2 companies merge, it's not only between departments, it's also between 2 different cultures. The challenge is that workers must feel that the new company has only one DNA. For Holcim Lafarge, it was easier to integrate the corporate culture sense of the similarities of the groups. Indeed, they both work in the same sector, therefore they share identical values. Their culture weren't so different, and it has facilitated the merger of the companies. Safety is the most important feature of the company. It's crucial for them that workers feel safe. The safety instructions need to be respected, even for customers who visit the quarry. This security purpose is considered as even more important than production or selling. Each one of the interviews said to us that safety was essential for him personally and not only for the company. An intensive in-house training. Every workers and manager are forced to train themselves in order to be more versatile and efficient. This feature can be applied to everyone. Managers and workers are under an ongoing education. For instance, each worker has a primary role and also a subsidiary role. Finally, even if the company forces the workers to follow a formation, the workers themselves ask for that. When they hire someone, they care most about the values than the skills of the worker. If the workers' values don't match with the company's values, it doesn't worth to hire them, even if they seem competent. About the environment, several measures have been taken in order to assure a sustainable future for the company. First of all, from an ecological point of view, buildings are certified low energy. That means each company's building have been built or renovated in order to reduce their energetic impact. Moreover, Holcim Lafarge has a neutral CO2 label. This label is given to companies that quantify and reduce their CO2 emissions and also by compensation certificates. When we match the interview with the course, there are two things we would like to highlight and that we learned. The first thing we would like to emphasize is that the lesson of the course about AHR taught to us. Humans are not only economic resources. They possess humanity, and companies need to consider the employees and workers as humans. For too long, they just have been considered as a factor of production and no more. The second thing we would like to highlight is about the dilemma about sustainable and profitable. Some people think it's a paradox. It's that we cannot aim those two goals together. If you try to reach one of them, you need to give up the other one. It's a way of thinking, but some people also think we can reach those purposes together. With the interview, we already have an answer to those two topics. First, about the human resources, Holcim considers its employees from a very suitable way. It's crucial for the company that they feel safe, and it's the case in the reality. The safety is the priority, mainly because the company cares about their workers. Moreover, the company tries to find the most suitable place for each of its workers with an in-house training formation through their whole life in the company. They listen to their workers and are able to take some practical measures to help them. For instance, the worker wanted to start at 6 a.m. every day instead of 7 a.m. The company agreed with this project in order to help the workers to take their children back at school. Secondly, in the case of Holcim, there is no paradox as such as profit versus sustainability. The company thinks that if they care about their workers, it will be profitable for them too. The manager of the quarry said to us that if workers were happy, they would be more effective. There is a real commitment to the company, and they do not work only for the wage, but for the company itself.
So, if we can sum up quickly what we learned, Holcim treats their human resources in a sustainable way, and the paradox between profitable and sustainable can be overcome. Maybe for some companies these two concepts are in opposition, but in the case of Holcim, they have been able to transform the opposition into a complementarity.
In conclusion, we can observe that the company complies with the principle of the sustainable human resources management, that emphasizes the human aspect before the economic aspect. So, compared to some other companies, we can conclude that Holcim is already well advanced in this concept. The in-house information of every workers and the safety priority are two of the main features of this sustainable management. Furthermore, the concern for the environment is real, and the company tries to improve this aspect every day. Nevertheless, some problems still remain. The merger had a big impact on the structure of the company. A lot of employees have been fired and the managers still need to reform the company. It's an ongoing process. In fact, even if in Belgium they cannot feel this issue because Lafarge has never been implemented in the country, it was a big challenge in France. A lot of workers have been fired and the situation was awkward. The new company was too big and they needed to sell some part of the company to the concurrent. The consequences have been severe. The workers of the same company became concurrent. Holcim France and Holcim Belgium couldn't work together anymore since Holcim France was expelled of the merger and sold to the concurrents. So, even if the company makes great efforts, it's not always perfect. For the advice, it's a hard task, since the company already practices a sustainable management. Our best advice is to continue to improve their systems and try to be more careful in case of a new merger or acquisition. About the environment, they could try something fairly difficult. Try to convince their workers to be more respectful about the environment, but not only in the company, but in their life too, since a lot of efforts have been inside of the company.